New unrealistic body standards just dropped by Jackson Field. We're gonna look at that. Interesting. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. We'll jump in. By the way, Kermit is not doing well. Look at this. Kermit is not doing well. He's just hanging around there. He looks like he had a hangover or something. I wonder. This is definitely gonna be men-centered. So we're gonna look at this.
I talk a lot on this channel about social media and the implications of the Industrial Revolution. I've talked about Snapchat, dating apps, Sigma males, but none have been quite as interesting as a term that has come out of the woodwork in the last 12 months known...
You mean the black pill?
...as
the black pill, Looksmaxxing, right? Those things. It makes sense. By the way, was that a pregnant Sonic? It all comes back to Mpreg. It all comes back to Mpreg.
Looksmaxxing. If I was to tell you that you just got mogged, would you think that was an overall positive experience or a negative experience?
Getting mogged. I'm mogging nobody, by the way.
That just happened to you. I'll give you a hint. Getting mogged is it's not good. You don't want that. You don't want to get mocked. Looksmaxxing is a community of mainly men and young boys who discuss how to maximize your physical potential and look like the best possible version of yourself. Which, in my opinion, is a great idea. But like any community focused on...
You know how, you know the rat universe, the rat paradise, whatever you want to call it? You know that experiment? You know this? At the end, right before the end of that experiment, right? The rats, there was a group of young male rats with only one goal in mind. They were called the pretty ones, the beautiful ones. They were only taking care of their appearance, not doing anything else, not properly socializing, not mating, nothing else. Right before those colonies of rats died out. I think this says a lot about society.
Looks, it can quickly turn toxic. Yes, someone should love you for you. Of course, that's all good and well, but why would you not want to be the best possible version of yourself? This is what the Looksmaxxing community believes, and together we are going to step into this realm and see just what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on with that? First of all, let's talk about some tips for maximizing your looks. Some trade secret Looksmaxxing looks tips to maximize your looks. Most of the stuff is really basic tips that if you just stop and think for more than 5 seconds, you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty obvious. That makes sense. It's basically a lot of the stuff that you would probably make fun of your sister for doing while growing up. Not that I've ever had a sister, but I'd imagine if I did have a sister, this is probably something that I would make fun of them for growing up.
I never made fun of my sisters. My sisters were throwing me into fields of hurty plans that were hurting me. That kind of thing. I was making fun. Or they pulled me on my leg and then dragged me painfully down the stairs. Sisters are diabolical. Sisters are diabolical.
But I don't have a sister. Number 1 is a skincare routine. Now, I know what you're thinking. Skincare routine? Isn't that what girls do? No, this isn't what girls do.
Don't care. Water's enough. Water is enough. Water is enough. That's it.
Okay, this is Looksmaxxing, okay? It's not the same thing. It's Looksmaxxing. It's cool. Skincare routines are Barbies, and Looksmaxxing is action men and G.I. Joes, okay? Looksmaxxing is totally different. To achieve clear skin, you also have to have 8 hours of sleep. You have to have a silk pillowcase because they're antibacterial. You gotta ice your face, and you've also gotta eat a lot of carrots. That's right, you did hear correctly.
I've never heard of this. Holy stopping frame. I've never heard of this. Eating carrots. Wait, Donald Trump is Looksmaxxing? Interesting.
Carrots literally turn your skin orange if you eat enough of them. That's a real thing. I'm not kidding. They also say to cut down on sugar because it can cause breakouts, but hey, fuck that. I had ice cream for dinner last night. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna lock me up, huh? Hey, guilty as charged, but look, I was with them until they said no sugar, okay? That's one thing I can't do. I guess
You know what the worst part is? They say no sugar, but then they eat things that just naturally have sugar. Like no sugar. Would that include fruits? Would that include those? Would that include anything? Even bread will be turned to sugar. What are you doing then? Any form of bread will turn into sugar. So what are you gonna do?
I'll just be Looksmaxxing then, if that's the case. Number 2 is getting a haircut that suits your face shape. This is a great tip, one that I do not follow. I don't think I've had a good haircut for the past 6 years at least. I started cutting my...
What the fuck were you doing? The shit? What the? I'm gonna say it. Having a mustache is a troll look. You're just trying to troll people at this point. You're just trying to troll people at this point with a mustache. I'm being so for real. At this point, you gotta be a troll.
My own hair 4 years ago, and it's still shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Tip number 3, working.
But yeah, generally that's a good tip. I think like he's talking about fairly normal things, like cut out sugar, get a nice haircut, working out. These are pretty normal things that most people probably should do. Not just men, but most people probably should do. So, yeah, these are still normal. I wonder if he's also gonna talk about the other crazy stuff, like bone smashing. Or like all the surgeries.
Out. I know, it's a shocker. I never would have seen that one coming. I guess I'm not even Looksmaxxing at this point. I'm just kind of Looksumming. Tip number 4 is the eye area. The eyes, they are the windows to the soul. You got to focus on these guys. They are the windows to the soul, the keys to some mad push. Trim your eyebrows, apply oils to thicken them, and dye them a shade darker if you need to. This is kind of an underrated one, I'm not going to lie. I always knew there was something unexplainably alluring about the Grinch, and now that I know this tip, I know why. Tip number...
Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. If the Grinch was female, hear me out. Anyways, talking about sugar, Turkish streamer ate 2 kilograms of Turkish dessert at 3 a.m. You mean a Turkish streamer got diabetes at 3 a.m. in the morning?
5, and this is probably the most important one and the most talked about in the Looksmaxxing community by far. Getting a stronger jawline. You can have a unibrow, bad skin, a terrible haircut, be built like my childhood imaginary friend Greg. But if you got a strong...
Yeah, you need that chiseled Chad part.
Jawline? Bro, you've done it. You've done it. Tips for this include chewing gum, gua sha. I hope I'm saying that right. Which is where you get like a jade massage tool and you sculpt your face with it. It's supposed to help reduce inflammation and fluid buildup in your face. But a lot of people in the Looksmaxxing community think that your face is like that one mini game in Mario Party and the gua sha is like the little white hand that stretches and moves your face around and shapes it. There's not a lot of evidence to support that this is the case. I don't think it can actually change your bone structure, but hey, who am I? I'm just a little guy on the internet. I don't know. But lastly and
yeah, that's true. There's literally no evidence in general to like taking a hammer and bumping it into your face over and over and over again. It literally does nothing for you. Like, very lightly.
Furthermore, the most talked about part of this entire community is mewing. No, sadly, it has nothing to do with Pokemon or the Pokemon Mew. Or Mewtwo, for that matter. I think it was invented by this guy, like Richard Mew.
Hi, I'm John Mew. You should have a look at Netflix.
Or something. I don't know if his name's Richard, but his last name's Mew. It's crazy. It's basically where you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth and just practice good tongue posture. It's supposed to help with facial development and jaw development and stuff. It stops you from being a mouth breather, which can affect like your teeth and like the way that your face grows through puberty. Does it make you look better in photos when you do it? Yeah. Does it change your entire facial structure if you continue to do it? Not really. Mewing does have an effect on your facial development, but the key word there is development. So this is while you're like still growing. If you're...
Yeah, basically like if you're mewing at like 25 or so, yeah, you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting anywhere. If you're mewing at like 25, you are not getting anywhere. That doesn't help you anymore. There's no face to be developed anymore. It's over.
35 and you think mewing is going to help you, buddy, you need to hit up Matt Rife because the only thing that's going to save you now...
That's not a real face of Matt Rife, is it?
...is a scalpel. The majority of transformations you see from mewing on TikTok are a little thing in the business we like to call puberty. Now, I'm not going to explain what that is today because...
I'm going to go even further. I'm gonna go even further than just say, yo, it's actually like puberty. It's weight loss. A lot of these dudes who say, look, I got a sharp jawline through mewing. No, you didn't. You started simultaneously working out and lost body fat, and that's why you have a chiseled jawline now. It's because you lost weight. It's not because you mewed.
If you don't know what that is, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Okay, so now we know how to Looksmax, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to show you a little video, and you have...
Well, Epstein does also not know what puberty is, so how does that matter? That does not correlate. You can be an adult and not know what puberty is. It'd be bad, though. It'd be bad, though.
To tell me just what is going on. Just what is going on in this video. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Buddy, I can make that way quicker. I can just break it so they can just realign it. How about that? How about that? How about that? I could just break your jaw and then it realign. You doctors can realign it. What the fuck?
What was that? What the hell was that? That was a very mild version of something called bone smashing. It's pretty much what you think it is. People take a literal hammer to their face and over time build up bone around where they hit to sculpt their face. That's the theory. And look, people do this, not on their face, but in other areas. People that do Muay Thai do this to their shins so that they can kick harder. But doing this to your face? That is unhinged. That is unhinged behavior. I actually can't believe I have to say this, but please don't repeatedly hit your face with a hammer. Just don't. You'll end up looking like that dude from Gerald's game. Okay? Don't do that. Mogging.
Sometimes you just need that giga chin. You need that giga chin to mog all other chins. You need a chin so strong. You need a jaw so strong that if you take a punch, the guy punching you just breaks his hand. No, his entire arm. His arm just flops off. Yeah, these things don't work, by the way. Where's their fucking Giga Chat snowman? Why are we being mogged by a snowman?
You just got mogged by a snowman. How does that feel? How does that feel? Originally, the term was used by bodybuilders to describe someone that outsizes everyone else in the gym. Oh my god, look, he just mogged everyone in the gym. He's so big, he just mogged everyone. You just mogged them. And then the modeling community took this term and used it to describe when someone outlooks everyone else in the room. Oh my god, he just mogged you, bro. He just mogged you in that photo. Look how good he looks. He just mogged you, bro. How does that feel?
Can I use mogging for outgooning somebody? Just questions. Just important questions.
You just got mogged. Mogging. And with that, the Looksmaxxing community has adopted the term and now it's everywhere. Congratulations, you have now just graduated Mogwart's School of Wizardry. Oh god, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. I actually can't believe I just said that. But that is...
If you talk like this, just rope Max. Just rope Max at this point. But there's actually people who will talk like this. Like, there's people who will actually talk like this. Like, predominantly young guys, like 14, who talk like this. I've seen it. I've seen it. I have seen it before. It's diabolical. We're so cooked. Rat universe. I'm saying it still. The rat universe. Mouse universe. The beautiful ones. I'm saying it as it is.
That is a real thing. Mogwarts. That is real. A guy on TikTok literally has a course called...
Yes, they do not even, like, they don't date. Which is the funny, the funny connection between, like, not just like that they make themselves more pretty, more good looking. It's also that, like, they actually don't even date. Like, they don't do this because of women. They just want to be hotter than other guys. And there's so many, like, there's so many black pill edit accounts. I've seen so many black pill edit accounts. And, like, anything but actually making your own life better. You glaze other dudes instead of actually Looksmaxxing as you say you do. And I'm like questioning, why are you gay? At this point, it's just you just gotta be gay. Like if you glaze other men that much about their appearance, I need to ask this.
Called Mogwarts, where he teaches you how to Looksmax. That is a real thing. What a time to be alive. He even gave tips to XQC and he reacted to it.
Definitely above average when it comes to looks. He has some weak points though he could easily work on, specifically his eye area and his lips.
Granted, he didn't ask, but he did it anyway. And that brings us to the part of this community that is not good. It is toxic. Very toxic. And that is people critiquing others. This is a big thing on TikTok. And hey, look, I get it. Some people just want an honest opinion of where they rank on the scale. But this isn't just a scale of 1 to 10. I would be happy if someone was like, oh yeah, you're like a 7 out of 10. No, that's not. That's putting it mildly. These people have every facet of the face down to a measurable science of why you're ugly, and it's actually insane. If someone said you had a negative canthal tilt, what the fuck do you think that means? You have a negative canthal tilt. Sorry, bro, it's over. It's over, sorry. No amount of mewing will save you. You have a negative canthal tilt. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's over. They don't just tell you that you're ugly. They break down.
Generally, I would say have good hygiene, dress well, work out, eat healthy. That is the things you should do, and that's about it. Work on your social skills, maybe. Yes, I'm saying that, even though I am the guy right now sitting in a glass house, throwing not just rocks, but boulders, regardless. Yeah, pretty much. I ate baklava for the first time, even though I'm Turkish. That is very interesting. Very interesting.
On exactly why scientifically you are certified ugly. Sorry, bro, you're scientifically ugly. Anyway, here's a list of everything wrong with your face. A dude I found goes crazy with the facial analysis. The account is called Chatify.
Huh?
I know, already wild, but the actual videos are crazy.
Face number 2, age 22. Let's get on with it. Here he is. He's looking very serious. I like the red brick. There's the left side, and here's the right side. I was hoping you'd smile for us, but the best features. Lengthy ramus. This guy's ramus is actually really good. He has an ideal gonial angle of 120 degrees. It looks great. His gonian undercuts his mouth by a substantial margin, and he has a near parallel to ground mandible, which is also extremely attractive. He has tight highlight skin, and he looks quite lean, which is good, and he has equal thirds of his jaw. He has a defined Cupid's bow. He is very dark and thick eyebrows. He has no hair loss. His hair is extremely thick, and he has full lips.
Okay, quite a few compliments so far. This is going well. He really loved those red bricks.
I like the red brick. On to the flaws, guys. He's a curved gonian and mandible. His face width to height ratio is a major flaw. Major,
bro. You only had to say it once. You didn't have to repeat that. You really didn't have to rub that in. We get it.
And this is causing a...
Well, they likely wanted, I'm assuming that he wanted that, but I don't know. I don't know. This all sounds silly. Like, why are you focusing so much on like the negative things in your, like, why are you engaging with the negative side of things so much that it makes your life miserable? Not this guy in particular, but there's like many dudes who like are like yapping. There's like a 16 or 17-year-old British boy on like TikTok who literally says it's over. Like, it's over. And I'm like, bro, you're not even fully developed yet. Chill. Actually, not even. I think it was like 15 or something. Actually, not 16 or 17. More like 15.
Bit of an oversized nose, and he has a little bit too much upper eyelid exposure. So at the end of the day, face number 2 scores a 5 out of 10. Time to chatify. Boom.
There's so much to break down here. It's actually insane. I didn't realize it was so technical. I couldn't think of anything worse than having my face torn down like that. Also, the chatification, what was that all about?
Boom.
And also, above all, why are you asking this guy for advice? This is the most face-tuned photo I have ever seen. That's not even a real hat. Why are you asking this guy for advice? His whole account is this. This sucks, man. Look, if you want a real rating, go to the True Rate Me subreddit. They are really way more reasonable over there.
19 female, be honest. Large forehead, no shape, not ideal.
5.2. That's not a 5.2. That is not a 5.2. She looks pretty. She looks 7 or 8. Stop. Not 5.2. The fuck?
0.2.
Let's talk about something I mentioned before, which is canthal tilt. This is one of the ways that people rank your eyes. It's basically that one slider on the Me character creator that makes your Me look either really angry or really sad. No better way to fuck up someone's day than commenting on their canthal tilt. There are a bunch of different eye types too. This is taking a leaf straight out of the Sigma male handbook here, you know, commenting on whether you have alpha or beta eyes, but instead of that, it's hunter or prey eyes.
Hunter eyes versus prey eyes. Which do you prefer, these or these?
They can't be serious. Look at these things. His eyes are going in two different directions. Where these? What would you prefer? Someone with these or someone with these? Personally,
the first one, obviously. The other one just looks silly. Of course, people like that do exist, but yeah.
I'm more of an arachnid eyes kind of guy, but that's just me. This is actually getting ridiculous. Someone has come up with an exercise.
I mean, spider girls are hot. I can't complain. Spider women are hot. I'm not referring to women in a Spider-Man costume. I mean, like, literally, women, girls, monster girls. Totally fine.
Eyes chart on how to get hunter eyes. I've been on the internet a long time. I've seen some things. Terrible. But this has to be up there with some of the dumbest, most brain-rotted things I have ever seen. And that's saying something. Even your eye color isn't safe these days. I don't know if this is a chart that optometrists use, and ignore the lady under this. I couldn't find the original image. I could only find the TikTok talking about it with this weird lady just filming her eyes. Gone are the days of saying, oh, I wish I had blue eyes. Now it's I wish I had A10 eyes with a positive canthal tilt with a hunter profile. Overall, I think this whole community has transcended its original purpose and has become almost more of a meme than anything. Like all communities, I think Looksmaxxing has a lot of great benefits. Caring about the way you look is healthy. You should take pride in how you look and how you dress and feel confident in yourself. And there are so many great tips being thrown out there on just how to present as the best version of yourself. But if you get too deep into these communities, it can become incredibly toxic and can actually have a negative effect on your confidence and your self-worth, which is the complete opposite that these communities were started for in the first place. You can also just end up being a narcissist. It's just
Narcissist is not something you get. Narcissist. Stop using narcissist as something that you can get or something that's like every woman and their grandma uses narcissist. My ex was a narcissist. Stop. I hate this word because it's like it has been mainstreamified. I don't like it. You cannot become a narcissist. You either are born a narcissist or you're not. And most people are not. Chill. You cannot become a narcissist.
just so normalized to post videos like this. No caption. Nothing. That is not normal behavior. Go outside, you freak. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you guys can also Looksmax or look some or looks kind of. And yeah, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment of a Chad Easter Island emoji statue in the comments below if you made it this far in the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? He didn't really talk about the true extremes of how deep it actually goes. It goes much deeper than he talked about. Like, it gets worse with that, what is it called? Calvicula? I don't know what that man is called. It goes much deeper. It goes much worse. There's much worse, right? Looksmaxxing also entails in extensive surgery. It entails leg lengthening surgeries that potentially you may never be able to properly walk again. That kind of stuff. Jaw surgeries is diabolical. It goes much deeper than that. And this isn't just like young men doing this. This is like teenagers doing this. This is like teenagers saying, yo, the first thing once I turn 18 is get a surgery for my face or get a surgery for my legs. That kind of stuff. It is horrible. It is horrible. The beauty industry finally got us, boys. They finally got us. They finally have us. They had the women for centuries, and now they got us. I'm just saying. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.